4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Venom Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best pass and run defense in Madden 20. It's going to come to us here out of the nickel 3-3-5 wide formation. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys know about this run defense. I'll go over it briefly, but it's mainly about the pass defense and adjusting out of it, and also just being able to tell if your opponent's passing out of a run formation and how to stop those little unique passes, you know, the barber dots, the out routes, the streaks, the wheel routes. There's a lot of things I have to talk about out of defending the pass out of these I-form formations. So let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to go over the run D first. It's going to be out of cover 2 man as well as the pass defense. And let's just come out in an I-form tight look here. Now, when I'm running the run defense, I want my cornerback on that side. So what I always do is base a line just to get this corner right there. You don't really want him in the box, especially for the outside runs, because he's just going to get blocked or he gets like stuck. He's not really going to make that much of a difference. So you're going to base a line, then you're going to press, then you're going to go ahead. And since I clicked onto this player, he's not going to press, so you have to move him down. Just try not to click onto those safeties before you press. And then you're just putting Y in a spy, A in a spy. Now, I don't like this player out there, so if he like goes, for some reason, glitches over there, I like to move him back. And then you're just going to blitz all linebackers and spread your D-line. So here's the full look. I like to keep my players manned up. I don't like to blitz my corners because if they do pass, it's an easy touchdown. That's the last thing you want to give these runners, easy passing touchdowns. So here's a look at the defense. I'll go ahead and hike the ball right there. And then you're just going to follow around with your user. You guys see the safeties are going to shoot the gap very well, as well as the slot corner should be able to make a difference. So again, baseline, press, spread D-line, blitz all linebackers, and just put Y in a spy, A in a spy. That might seem like a lot of adjustments, but it's really not. And even if I don't move that corner over, if I just flip the run here, it should still get blown up. Snap the ball, and boom, you're there with your user. You're there with Von Miller. I recommend getting a unfakeable secure tackler, enforcer type of a user. So I might even switch my safety in there at the linebacker slot just because I like to click off. You don't want to have to deal with the jukebox. Although it did get nerfed, it's still annoying. So again, just base a line, press, spread D-line, blitz all linebackers, put those safeties in QB spies, and then just move your user back as well so you have a better angle at shooting the gap. Boom. Although my safety didn't get there, he was still able to make a play. That is a low overall player, so just make sure that in Ultimate Team and other game modes you have a lot of defensive backs, but that's pretty much it for the run D. Now, when you're defending the pass, I'd like to, a lot of people, they might be in like heavy shotgun sets. You think they're running inside zone, or they might just be in the I forms. But you have to make sure that you set up the pass defense the exact same as the run D. Otherwise, it'll be obvious that you're playing coverage and he might switch to a run play. So, just gonna set up the same exact look on defense. You're gonna press. Now, make sure a way that you don't get burnt is that you shade over the top. So this guy is pressing, but he's going to back up immediately and he's not going to press. It's just so that a streak doesn't burn him. You should have very high speed DBs at this point in the year anyways, but what I like to do for my other adjustments is I'm going to go ahead, instead of putting these players, or actually first I want to talk about how you're going to know if it's a pass or a run. Now, typically when players run, they're going to flip and they're going to motion. Now, nobody out of I-form wing tight ever, correct me if I'm wrong, have you ever seen a player motion and pass out of I-form? I really haven't seen that. Now, they might do it out of like I-form closed slot. That's one I've seen, but out of these I-form tights, you're really not going to see it. Now, the way that you're simply just going to see it is if you see them making hot routes. Now, unfortunately, Watson isn't actually showing those adjustments, but everybody knows that the quarterback will make hand signals if you do make or actually it might just be because I'm in a pass play or a run play. But in practice mode, he's not going to make those adjustments. We all know that he does do those hand signals when you pass. So if you see him point to the left, point to the right, you know he's passing the ball. Nobody's going to do that if they're running it. And basically the go-to routes are going to be like an out route. Like I said, we have a seam streak, a corner route. We all know the deal with those, and maybe even throw in a wheel route, something like that. So those are just like all the dots you'll see. And this is just out of I-form type. Might go into strong close or any other formation that you still can come out in this. And you'll see players, like I said, just pay attention to their quarterback making hot routes. That's going to be key for this defense. So again, like I said, I'm setting up the run D, doing everything except for the fact that I'm putting Y in a curl flat, A in a curl flat, and then I'm keeping those two players manned up. You guys see, I actually put LB in a spy accidentally, but you just want to keep every receiver manned up. You see that the running back's not manned up. That's not really an issue. If he wants to snap throw it, he can pick up his 3 yards. But if he waits to throw that wheel route, he'll either get pressured or not. And if you do know they're passing, what I recommend doing is also slanting outside and containing. If you have a pass rush ability, I recommend moving him inside rather than on the outside. Also, I have like inside stuff, no outsiders. You want them on the outside. You don't want them necessarily right here to blow up the run. And because the contains, they're not going to do anything, especially with the pass rush ability. It's pretty much wasted. I know I'm sort of rambling on, but you guys will see. Let's just go ahead. Snap the ball here. Boom. Streaks bagged. Corner out. If he throws it, I had the pick. Now, I guess X wasn't manned up. I thought I manned up the slot corner on him. I guess that was my fault. But again, just giving him the same look is very important. So if I base a line, press, spread the D line, blitz all linebackers, and then I'm going to put Y in a curl flat, A in a curl flat. These curl flat purple zones are super underrated. They defend the corner routes very well as the out routes and other outside breaking routes. The wheel routes get defended by them very well as well. And then something you can also do is man align so that this player is also man aligned. You can do that for the run defense as well, but they just won't be pressed. But it's a good adjustment if you know that they're passing the football. And then basically, like I said, let's just change to our pass play here. Not sure why the player's actually backed up since I did that. That was kind of weird, but boom, there's our look. Snap the ball right there, and you guys see X is going to be bagged, A is bagged, Y, if he throws that wheel route, you guys see the curl flat actually picked up on it, and he sort of matched. And that's just a very simple pass D. I'm going to try to show you out of a different formation, just because I form, there's only one receiver. So I know this isn't strong close, but it's close enough. It's sort of like a weak close. Should I go this? There's not really too many heavy run forms out of this. Maybe this one. Let's go with mesh spot. So again, 3-3-5 wide. I'm basically calling this defense every play unless they're coming out in a heavy pass form like a gun bunch. Then I'm not really going to run this. I know obviously they could audible, but if they're in a 2 tight end set, they're not really as much of a threat to throw the ball effectively. So again, I'm sort of setting up my run D and baseline pressing, LB, A. I'm shading over the top. Make sure that you do that. Shading over the top is also going to help with your curl flat zones as well. And then you guys see here, I don't know if I really want to blitz all linebackers just because I want this guy kind of manned up. Make sure that you do have a coverage guy on. I usually always have a coverage guy on my right linebacker, right outside linebacker. This guy can be a pass rusher. He's not really going to man up. And then, like I said, you could man a line. This guy would move over. Since I'm clicked on, he's not going to. And then just move your user back. You guys see I'm matched up with the running back. So if he is on maybe a curl route, I do have to worry about that. But a lot of times, he's just going to be blocked. Like I said, they love streaks. They love out routes, these types of routes. They might even have slot apprentice. And they go with that dual post look. Now, I don't actually have that ability, but they'll have a post here and then maybe motion this guy on a post. The curl flats absolutely bag that as well. Just look to whatever side's more covered and user that one. But again, just a basic route combo. Go ahead, hike the ball right here. You guys see, basic route combo, everything's bagged. I should have fell back on X, but you guys see, should be getting sacked by then. Like I said, if you know he's blocking that 7, I would recommend blitzing that 5th linebacker. It definitely does help, but overall, just a clamps run D. If they do want to run the ball out of it, like I said, they just come to it. I'm always setting up my run defense first rather than my pass defense. And if I see them make that first hot route, I already have this set up. All I have to do is put LB in a curl flat, A in a curl flat, and I'm basically set. If I wanted to do those extra steps, slant outside and contain, I could. But super easy to switch between these run Ds and pass Ds. Just a very basic defense that anybody can use, and it absolutely bags. Like, these runners aren't going to have very good route combos. They're going to have the barber dots, as they're called, out routes, corner routes, very basic, slants. You guys all know the route. So you see him do that first animation. I'm kind of annoyed that Watson doesn't do it in practice. But if you see him make that first point to the left, if he sort of taps hip, then you know he's running it. He's probably flipping the run or something. But if you see him make like 2 hot routes, I'm definitely switching defenses. And a more experienced player will do that. If he snaps the ball stock, then it's all power to him. You still have players manned up. And a lot of times these QB spies can defend the middle of the field pretty well. But just simple, set up the run D, snap the ball, boom, A is covered, B is covered, RB. You should get a shed by then. I'm not actually sure why we didn't get pressure there, especially against a 5-man protection. But in Ultimate Team, you're going to get pressure in 3-4 seconds. These pass rush abilities are crazy. Make sure that if you know he's passing, you're containing so that he can't hit that wheel route. If you have nothing else to use her, definitely use her that. But again, you're setting up the run D on every play. And just moving back, if he wants to go IZ here, or trap, boom, you guys see the safety shoot the gap very well. And it's overall just a great run defense and pass defense. Very basic pass defense. Don't run this if your opponent comes out in gun bunch or tight offset. Definitely don't run this defense. This is not the best defense. I mean, it can actually bag, but you'll eventually get beat deep on a deep post or something crazy like that. That does, if he has like post specialist, then, or he'll just run like a wheel out of verticals, but only run this against like run formations. I would recommend. There's big dime 1-4-6 exists for a reason. That's to defend the gun bunch and good tight offset tight ends formations. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Madden 20 content in the future. Make sure you drop a follow on Twitter. My link will be in the description. I keep you guys updated on that. And yeah, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what videos you would like to see next. And peace. I'm out here.